Good morning. Welcome to Cowboy Leather Shoe Repair. It's Friday. Had a good week. It's warmed up and snow's melted. So I consider that a pretty good week. So I figured I would get on here and make video. I haven't seen too many videos like this. There may be more. I haven't been really looking. But, you know, you don't have to stick with stamps and punches and stuff like that. It's primarily your stamps from Weaver, Tandy, or, who you name it. There are some alternatives, if you will. A while ago, I was, I believe, at a junk sale or someplace, and I got these. They're brass. Got that one, that one. Now these are concaved in here. All right. I'm not sure if these are actually made for leather or what they're made for. They may be made for printing presses. I got that little itty bitty one right there. Now, this one, I'm going to hold it upright. As a motorcycle. This one I know is for a printing press. When they made, newspapers and stuff like that. So just for the heck of it this morning, before I turn the camera on, if you go on eBay and type in printing press dies or printing press type, it will come up with all sorts of stuff. And I just briefly looked down through, and I mean, they had some the cool lettering. They had Southwestern. They had Gothic. Any kind of type out there, I guess they've got. Now you can buy 100 pieces for like $1, or not $1, excuse me, $100. You can buy. I didn't see any motorcycles like that, but I saw bulldozers, backhoes, cartoon characters. God, the list goes on. I have used this. I put this on belts. And I've made book covers. And I've used something like that for the border. So, being that this is not, you can't get this at Tandy or Weaver or wherever. The only way you're going to have something like this is if you have a special made. Now, being as brass, it'll probably cost you a pretty good $1. But that's one alternative. Using something like old newspaper type. You can sometimes you find at flea markets, junk stores, or like I say, if you go on eBay, you can pick it up. And some is pretty cool. And you might be able to find it on Etsy. You just have to look. Now, just for the heck of it, this leather is 4 to 5 ounce Chrome XL. Makes a pretty nice little little border. Yes, I overlapped. I did it in a hurry. Don't hate me. Now that in the middle, I'm going to get to here in just a second. In fact, that's going to be my next. Something I know you can get at Tandy, and they're not that expensive. Excuse me. They're called tap-offs. Now, for those of you that are new or don't know what a tap-off is, the best way I can explain it is it's Braille for us people that can see, or we think we can see. There's what it looks like stamped. Now on the back, it gives you directions on how to do it. I just dampened up a piece of leather, and that's what it looks like. And same thing. This is Chrome XL, and it stamped in there pretty good. Now, a craft aid is made so you can go in there and cut. Now, if you can see the horns, take your swivel knife. You cut that, and you bevel it and background it and everything else. But I, myself, have used it just like that and never tooled it or did anything to it. I've used it on a set of wrist braces, and it turned out really nice. Customer liked it. Now here's another one. This is a combination and a bunch of corners. You got your Celtic knots, stuff like that. Myself, I think I've used this one once or twice. But there it makes better. You can see what it is. Okay? So, these are all alternatives to doing stuff by hand. So, let me see what else we got here. Now, that's just the stamp portion of it or whatever. One day I was at Dollar Tree with my wife, and I walked through the craft section. Now they got these craft wheels. This one happens to be feathers. Let me turn this and now you should just take wet your leather, take a stylus or something and trace it, and then you cut it out with your swivel knife, do your backgrounding or tooling and everything else. Another one for ribbons if you're making books or whatever. That comes in handy. Here's outdoor scenes, birds, a sun. Again, you know, they're not really for leather, but whatever works, works. Now, if you're making something and you want to put a horse head on it, and you cannot draw a horse head that even looks similar to that, then cheat. There's your horse patterns. You know, all this stuff, you know, some people go, oh, wait, that's for drawing, that's for doing this, that's for doing that. You can use it on leather. I don't see anywhere on here where it says only use on paper or whatever. Uh, you know, like I say, these are all alternatives to using, yeah, you can go to Tandy, you can get stamps for all sorts of things. But using the, we'll say like the tin newspaper, you got a whole lot of different styles of stamp that you can't get at Tandy or Weaver. And if you were to have it made, it would cost a small fortune. If I were to take and I wanted to incorporate that into a lot of my work, God knows what that would cost me. I think I paid $6 for it. And I've got an arbor press and I've got a clicker press. I got a 4-ton Mighty Wonder. Put that in there, dampen up my leather, squeeze it, it comes out real nice. I've made several belts for people and used that one. I've put horse heads on belts. I use that small one, or I got a couple others. I got other ones that are smaller. And like I say, I've made book covers and used something like that. So, just don't look at what's for leather. Think outside the box. To me, that's the fun part of it. Anybody can go to Tandy, buy up these stamps, buy up this stuff, and just do it. But when you can take something that lays around your shop and go, hey, I wonder if I can take and make an imprint of that. That's thinking outside the box. To me, that's creator. You can get patterns from whoever, and you can make wallets. Well, the fun part of that is, or the fun part of leather to me, is seeing something and going, wonder if I can do that. Wonder if I can make something unique. Make a toothpick holder. It may look good, may look bad. God, there's things out there that you can make that are unique. I saw a while ago, somebody was making soda bottle holsters. Well, I started seeing more and more, and people were coming up with different ideas. I saw one, the person took and they made it a little bit bigger. They changed the straps on it, I believe, and they made it so you put a wine bottle in it. And I was telling a friend of mine about that, and they said, well, heck yeah. I was in Olive Garden, and one of the waitresses was running around with 2 bottles of wine on either side, pouring wine out. Who would have thunk? Somebody built them for, putting on your saddle to carry, a drink, or put them on your waist. So, think outside the box. Look at the possibilities of what you can use. Sometimes if you can make your own stamps, go ahead and do it. you know, take a quarter. If you can dampen your leather, get it just to that certain point, you can make impression of a coin. You know, whether it be a quarter, dime, nickel, 50-cent piece, whatever. It's all thinking out of the box and seeing how creative you can be. But, you know, like I'm saying, if you can't draw, use templates. You know, this thing here, yeah, you'll laugh, but it cost $1. Back before Dollar Tree went, or Dollar Generals went, and Dollar Trees went to $1.25. You know, I think when I bought, see here, yeah, this Craft Aid was $1.50, and I think it was Tandy. So, you know, it doesn't set you back a whole bunch, and it gives you just that extra. You may not hand draw it, but you're going to cut it out with a swivel knife, and you're going to shade it and background it and do everything like that. So, you know, just again, think outside the box. Make this fun. You know, you can't stress anymore. This can be fun. You know, I've seen comments from people that, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. You know, they're worrying themselves to death. You know, get yourself a piece of leather, get some scrap. Start out, do a little tinkering with that. A lot of times you can get some scrap. You can build some pretty cool stuff out of it. And then, you know, buy a shoulder, double shoulder, butt, whatever. Buy yourself a cut of leather. Don't sit there and look at it. Have a project and just go ahead and cut into it. You'd be surprised. You know, we all got to start someplace. You know, a baker can't bake without breaking eggs. You know, don't worry about it. Just do it, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And if you know you're making a project and it goes south on you, don't get discouraged. Half the people that are on YouTube, we make mistakes. We make lots of them, but we figure out how to adapt and move on. You know, just don't be afraid. It's only leather. It's only money. Just make something. Have fun at it. So, okay, it's time for me to do some work. Hang on a sec here. I don't like that. Okay, well, anyways, if I look like I get closer and farther back from the camera, the auto framing is locked in. So, anyways, like I said, I'm going to go and get some work done. And I got to clean up my workbench a little bit and pick up some of the tools. You know, like I say, you know, it's fun to build stuff, but you get the tools out, then you got to pick them up after you've finished your project. You finish your project, but the job's not done until you pick up your tools and put them away. And I think it's time to probably do some maintenance on that machine. Give that machine a drink of oil. And the big one back here, it needs probably oiled, and probably run a brush through it and clean it up a little bit. It's been a while. So I'm going to go do that. And I hope everybody had a good week, has a good weekend. Please be safe, and we'll see you next week. Cowboys out. Bye.